Listen to me closely because this video will break down why you might be feeling like you're lost and how you can overcome that. And I'm saying this because I'm speaking this if I was to speak to myself, right? This is like a recording that I'm doing to myself and everything that I've learned up to this point and how if I didn't know this maybe a couple of years ago, how much it would benefit me just because of how much I've learned over the past 2 years. And sometimes you might get these moments where, like, let's say you're 20 years old, you're 25 years old, you're 30 years old, and you look back and you're like, if I had the same amount of knowledge I did when I was 15, when I was 17, 20, whatever, how good can I be just because of how much information I've got readily at my disposal? Honestly, that's why I like making these videos, because I feel like if I can speak to someone from my perspective, it might trigger something within them that will cause a change, hopefully for the better. Because it's like, I'm 24 now. If I'm speaking to someone that's younger than me, or even older than me, but bringing on a new perspective or something, just a phrase, a sentence, a word maybe, that will cause a slight shift in their momentum, in their reality, which just leads to like a butterfly effect and a better outcome. That personally would just be amazing. So that's why I make these videos, and that's why I wanted to really dive in on this topic, because it's something that is always been asked, because it's asked by myself, it's asked by my friends around me, and it's just a common theme. Now, I'm 24, and you're probably wondering, like, of course, 24, if you're older than me, 24, you're not supposed to know where you are at this moment. And that's true. You're not. You're not supposed to have everything figured out, but, things, people around you, society, social media, whatever, it's always positioning themselves that you should be, that you should know, because your peers or other people or, different aspects of life have brought them into a different avenue, which means that you're might be feeling a little bit back or left behind. But if I'm speaking to my younger self, right, this is exactly what I'm saying. And this is exactly what I'm right now preaching, that I'm preaching. And that is, number one, realize you do not know anything, right? You don't know anything. Now, I'm in the working world. I've been in I've just kind of been in my first job, whatever. Now it's coming up to 2 years. The level of knowledge that I know from the first day versus now is significant. It's There's a massive void that's been filled, right? And of course, it came with time, it came with experience. But the point is that from A to B in terms of years, I feel like I've grown as a person, but also career, but also mentally as well, in that portion of time. Now, I'm 24. Up until 30, I've still got 6 more years. So I can't wait. I'm excited to see what level of growth I can achieve from that 5 to 6 years window. And the way I'm going to do that, and the way that's been working for me, is becoming a sponge, right? It's becoming a sponge. Now, I don't know anything. I'm just going to keep it like that. I do not know anything. And even if I do know something about a specific subject, I'm going to treat myself like I still don't know anything. Because there are people out there older than me that have been in this experience, that have decades of experience in a specific thing that I want to know and learn, that know a lot more than me, of course. And it's your responsibility to identify those people, interact with those people, and just absorb as much information, ask as much questions as possible. Absorb, absorb, absorb. Now, you may not actually directly have contact with a person, and if you don't, then look around you in your network. Who can you be like, oh wow, this person can communicate really well. I want to learn that specific skill from that person. This person has everything organized. They just know exactly what they want in life. I want to understand their frame of mind, understand their mindset. Let me go speak to them. This person has an incredible skill. He can code like no other. I love coding, but I'm not really that good of a coder. That's fine. I'll go and speak to him. She's amazing at marketing and sales. Can go on that phone and just speak to people. I'm going to go speak to her and understand from her perspective. That's the kind of thing you want to do. Identify people in your network, right? These people do not have to be at their pinnacle of whatever they do, right? They can be even friends in your age, but they've have a skill that you want to have, basically. They've got something that you don't have or that you haven't polished enough, at least to their level, right? Talk to them, understand them, be a sponge, learn from them. You need to show that ambition, that drive, that you want to do good and you want continuous improvement. So it kind of stems from that specific principle of I made a video on this before, but it's to do with there's a Japanese word called kaizen. Basically, it's the idea of continuous, slow, small steps, but continuous improvement that leads to bigger changes through compounding. And I personally experienced that and witnessed that myself. That's why I'm a big fan and I'm a big kind of advocate for that. So be a sponge. It's number one. Look around you, right? Try get mentorship. I don't have a mentor yet, but I really want one. So I'm trying. That's my plan. That's my goal is to try and find someone that you know that could mentor me. That's like 20 years in this a specific field that understands this inside out. That will be like ideal. I think the best way to do that is to go online, look for people, give them a DM, give them a call if you can find a number or whatever, or an email. But there are ways on YouTube that explains. I'm trying to do that myself. But the idea is to find experienced people that are just slightly better than you at least, and learn from them so you can become that level. It's all a game, end of the day, right? Treat it like a video game. You're in a specific level, let's say you're level 3 at something, but you found someone that's like a level 10 or a level 50 or even a level 4. You speak to that person, instantly you become a level 4 from a level 3. And then you slowly climb the ranks until you want to get better. So be a sponge. Realize you do not know anything. It's okay to be lost because I think the feeling of being lost in life comes from the comparison with other people. And that's a big detriment. If identify that within yourself, just sit down for a moment in pure silence and just be like, why do I feel lost? Right? Like just ask yourself that question, but really think deeply. Why do I actually feel lost? Right? What is it that's making me have this feeling? It's always a cause and an effect. The effect is the feeling of lost, but what is the cause? For me, it was whenever I was on social media, it was a big, big thing where I was just like, I'd see people that like, it may not even be true to be honest, but they're in a certain point in life and the same age or even younger, and then I'm like, ah man, like I haven't completed this. That's not the frame of mind you want to be in, right? Because everyone's story is different. Everyone has a different background, right? You want to be comparing yourself again to who you were a year ago or 2 years ago. Because if you feel like, oh man, I'm pretty much the same person a year ago, that's a problem. That's a problem. You need to make sure that you look back a year's time, 2 years' time, you're like, damn, I'm a different person. I'm a different animal. That is ideal. That is amazing if you can feel like that. And to get to that point, it's all about like continuous small steps, right? Think in decades, but act in months, right? Or act in days. Think in decades, act in days. Every day you wake up, you're like, right now it's the 18th of February, right? We're not even we're not even 2 months in to the year, right? Every day I'm counting as like something very precious, an opportunity to learn something. Don't make excuses. You might feel like, but I don't have people around me that, I don't have anyone. Let's say you have zero people in your life, right? Let's say you have literally no one, no one, right? Go on the internet. Go on the internet. If you can make a Discord account, join a community, find other people that have a similar interest, speak to them, be friends, try and make friends. That's a skill in itself. If you don't have any, if you don't, let's say you don't have the internet, don't make excuses. Go to the library. Buy every single book out there. I think there's a really, it's a good video I saw actually in a podcast with Patrick Bet David, who said, buy every single book that's 4.5 stars and above on Amazon on a specific topic, whether it be sales, whether it be, I don't know, marketing, negotiation, persuasion, whatever, and just commit 2 years to just reading every single book in that topic. And I promise you, you will become, you will look back in 2 years' time or a year time and be like, damn, just because of those books I really read and that put into practice, it's really impacted me positively. So don't make excuses, right? Just don't do that. Analyze yourself and be critical, but don't be harsh. Just be critical of yourself. Just just sit down and be like, okay, this is where I'm at in my life at the moment. I'm 22 years old. I'm 23 years old. 6 years old. Just sit there and just realize, okay, what do I want? What do I exactly want? All right, what do I currently have? What is the gap between what I want and what I have at the moment? What are some actionable steps that I can do just so I can get to that goal a little bit closer? Build a game plan, right? Build a plan. I might be at level 4 at the moment, but what I want is level 100. How can I get to level 5? What do I have to do then? Who do I know? I want to start a business, but I just don't know what it is. Okay, that's my question, right? I don't know what business to start. Google that question. Look at what other people have said on forums. Look at what people have made on videos on that specific question. I love doing this, by the way. If you have a specific question, the more specific your question is, the better, right? If you have a specific question, ask people around you for the answer. Google it. Read about that specific topic. Find the answer to that question. It'll go a long way. Let's say you want to start a business, but you've never sold anything in your life, right? For that goal, that's probably a level 100. Let's say you're a level 1. First thing what you want to do is understand sales. Understand how companies work. These are all questions you should be writing down, and these are all topics that they become topics that you need to explore. Did you get what I mean? Just sit there, observe yourself, and be like, listen, this is where I'm at the moment. This is me in the game at the moment. This is what I know. This is who I have. What can I do with this information? How can I be better? And once you start like wanting to improve, wanting to be better at the thing you want, honestly, every day becomes really worth living for, because because you're treating everything like a game. Number one, it goes faster, and you need to like be aware, like, oh man, like I wish I had more hours. So you want to be more productive in those hours. You don't procrastinate then. This actually beats procrastination, and it's helped me beat procrastination, because I realized, oh damn, like I'm living with a little bit of a sense of urgency now. Do you get what I mean? Like you have you have to take responsibility here. And if you're completely lost, like I said, sit down, observe, analyze yourself, look at what things you're good at, right? Understand that what things am I actually good at. It can be something small. It could be as small as, yeah, I'm good at texting my friends. That texting you can develop that into writing. You can develop that into email marketing. There's different avenues you can go and explore. Or I'm good at being on the phone. I'm good at presenting. Let me make a YouTube video. Let me make a YouTube channel. Let me post 100 videos. I'm good at editing. I like editing, but I'm not too good at the moment. Let me go and learn a bit more about it. So do you see what I mean? Like, it's these things that you need to overcome. It's all mental in the beginning, but once you start putting pen to the paper, you start writing, and it's good because you don't want to stop. And the final point I want to say is resilience. Because, sorry, I'm literally about to go to the gym, and I'm a little bit late, but because I'm making a video, but I'll still finish it. Resilience, because end of the day, you can have a goal, you can have ambition, you can be motivated to do something, but there you need to understand there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. That is a given fact. That is 100% certainty that's going to happen. Like, I can promise you that. You will wake up and you will have good days where you feel super productive, and you will have days where you feel the complete opposite. And this is the trick. This is the secret. Regardless of how you feel on that day, if you have made the intention very clear to yourself in the beginning that this is something I need, my future self will be proud of me once I complete this, then you realize that every single hour, every single moment is so precious to your development. So, regardless of how you feel that day, you would want to complete that task. You would want to go and show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, this is for you, or whatever motivation at the end, the outcome you desire. This is for you and your goal. So if you want to bench 150 kg, but you're only benching at the moment 50 kg, don't take a rest day, right? I mean, if you're injured, yeah, of course. But if you're meant to go gym that day, don't slack off just because you don't feel like it, or just because you feel tired. Nah, you go there, you build resilience, you gain that XP, you become stronger. Once I left university 2 years ago, I felt lost in my life. I felt like I didn't know what to do. And sometimes it does appear here and there as well. But now I just feel way more like I can do it. I feel ready, and I feel like everything is going nicely in a good way, and I feel confident because the reason why I feel confident is because I feel competent. Like, I feel like what I'm doing at the moment will come to fruition. It will all be worth it in the end. And because I have that feeling and it's so strong within me, like, I wake up, I'm like, let's attack this day. It feels nice. It feels like I'm not lost in life. I hope that helped. But yeah, drop me a message if you need. See you in a bit, and good luck.